Alright, here's something kind of unique. It comes out of Russia, and they're saying off the Russian coast here that they have found a place that's buried, or not buried, but submerged, and it would have been also back at that 10,500 BC. It's that far below the ocean, and gives you another spot. But there's something very strange about it and telling. When you look at these giant pillow rocks that they have from there, and I probably will have to pause this a few times just to keep it from getting marked here, but whenever you look at these pillows, it looks like literally, marshmallows stuck all together, and then they took and flattened off the front surface and beveled into every edge. And we've looked at a lot of this type of artwork, and they're showing you here some footage off of the coast. And of course, that's just a crab, and that's not really the important thing that we're actually looking at here. What they say is what slowly comes into light off the coast here. Let's go ahead and forward fast here to wherever it might show you something of value. Right around in here, it's in Russian, so you can't understand it really, but they show you where it is and off the coast, and they found these square places and stuff like that, and they've gone back out to look at it. They shot radar off of it, and if you'll look, it's got huge structure and things like that. Now they've gone down to look at it, and the strange thing, they show you some oddities. Let's just look at this. These straight walls, these effects, this Yonaguni looking thing where you see these giant steps and stuff that's squared off, naturally cut, and polygonal walls there and here. As it comes into focus here, though, look at that. Now, I just want you to look at this and see the oddity that's there, that they show. And this looks real familiar to me. This looks like Inca Peru thing, right? A little bit Egyptian. So they're trying to make this connection and stuff, but just keep that picture in mind, what that looks like as we go on here. Now look at this polygonal wall here, and you catch it at this point. And I know you've looked at a lot of maps before in your life and things like that. I want you to keep in mind just simplistic things, the squares, the lines, the way they run here, the inset little block, this rock here having these dents and these holes that you see in it right here in this pattern. Up here, the way that looks, I don't know, kind of like South America to North America, right? It's kind of a gash cut into the rock. And this inset one right here, this is kind of like your United States if you look at them, and the weird shapes of them and stuff. Here's Utah and so on. So this researcher was looking at this, and a lot of these sites, and I've looked at a lot of these pillow walls and so on, and some of them you're very familiar with. Some of them you're so familiar with that whenever you look at them, you can tell, oh, that's Machu Picchu. Okay, so and yeah, oh, it's Ollantaytambo. That's where that is, and here's Sacsayhuaman and stuff. And I'll put a link to the whole video that shows this down here, where they dive and go down and do the whole thing, that you can watch yourself. I don't want to let too much of it run in this non-static form here. Break the camera. And but strange that they show you this effect here, and they tell you this is what they found off the coast of Russia. And we'd all like for this to all be true and everything, So let's take that picture. This is just the picture that we looked at in Photoshop, and all we're doing is turning it around. And here's those dents that we were looking at here. This is the same picture, right? Here's the rundown, and West Virginia stuck in, and we talked about it. Here's the North and South America. You can see this, right? That river through there that we looked at, of that gouge. Very simplistic, knob on a rock, 4 sections in there. Well, here's that famous area, and just one step over, I'd like to mention, this is where everybody always sees. I'm so familiar with this picture right here. How many times have we seen this? And these gouges and these dents that are in this rock in this strange form. And just like you can recognize patterns in clouds, sometimes you see things. We saw a rock that looked like this. It's pretty easy. It's pretty peggable, right? This rock here. People stand up. They're only about as tall as my pointer. These are huge, megalithic, stuck-together rocks in that pillow form that we were talking about. But Notice that here we have that West Virginia stuck in. This is upside down now. There's that little tab. Here's the Utah with its thing, and here's that strange gash. And when we turn it on and off here, all you do is get into Photoshop and you stretch it in and out, and you stretch it in and out, you know, just get it up to the right size and try to get it about right. And there it is, somewhere right in there. Just set that aside, but now you look at that rock and you can see that it matches over here, it matches there. Both of these are shown as being the same thing, right? You can see how that runs down, how this runs down right here, matching that, the knob and the belly. And when we go to put it back over it, and all you have to do is take the opacity and go in and out with it so it makes it fade in and out, and you can see, well, you say, oh, that doesn't quite match. You can see how blurry it is. Hold on a second. There. So now take a look at it whenever you opacity in and out. The only weird variation I'm getting is this line right here and the line that they show right here as being two different places. Are the strength of this line, which is barely evident in this picture, is not strong, and this is, whereas in the other picture it's the other way. Just want to flash that back real quick and show you whenever we pull it over the top of it and do that again. And you look at that one spot. So question is this an exact copy for some reason? Is there some reason for that gash? Is that supposed to be North and South America and it's turned on its side? What the hell is this? Or is this just a fake thing that Russia's trying to put out to try to say that they have some pillow thing? Is somebody actually real great at, not Photoshop, but some badass CGI stuff, and have inset that in saying, oh, that's in the ocean here, and just inset it into the thing like people do in UFO files? I mean, you know, what is the reality here? When you look at the matchup here on this, though, and how it matches, you can tell that that's right there at it. So, kind of neat, kind of a perfect match here for it, what you'd call a perfect match, I guess you'd say. And that becomes a little bit too conspicuous. And remember the other picture we were looking at? You look at that other picture and you look at this, and you know that this piece from right over here comes from Machu Picchu. And, well, is it the same one or is it just the same art? I don't know. I see this dent right in here under the line, and I see this dent right in here under the line. I see a misshapen spot down here. I see a misshapen spot right here. I can't see the edge of it on the picture here. You really can't make it out. It seems to have been blurred and blended in, but it does appear to come here and go out. And it does appear to cut through the edge of the cup here, come down and go out. The edge of that cup's cut through. Yeah, that shadow's missing right up there. Look how this dens and flattens down on one side, kind of meh. It goes meh, like that. Look at this up here. It's meh. So, strange thing though, this is almost cut in half. This appears to show it go on further. But this piece right here, is that just shadowing added on? And someone has marred the spot here? Is this some fake Russian BS and they photoshopped it in or CGI'd it into an aquatic scene? Or is this an exact copy of what actually is in Peruvian artwork? It comes across real conspicuous. Real conspicuous. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments there. But I'm torn here. Whenever first shown that, people said, hey, it looks like. Well, all it took was somebody going, okay, well, I'm pretty good with Photoshop and stuff. I can grab it, I just spin it around, take a picture from over there, and in and out a little. Oh yeah, that's exactly the same. That's not even like, hey, I drew a picture of the United States and it looks like your picture over there you drew of the United States. No, this isn't like that. hey, my Texas looks like your Texas in Oklahoma and it's all fitting. No, this isn't that, is it? This is it or is it not? Is it live or is it Memorex? Is this some Russian spoof thing? Like, you find kids nowadays that'll CGI and fake, UFOs and all kinds of scenes, and they do it real good. What is this? This is from back in 2012. Now, that might give you an idea of what they would have had to gone through to fake the thing on the left compared to what they may do now. 2012, yeah, they were able to, look in movies and stuff, but why would somebody go through that much trouble? What the hell? Like, share, and subscribe, guys. I'm going to take a look into more of this. And the guy that I found this on has, he's talking about the Paracas skulls and things and some things he's found together, and he correlates a few things that I have found and that a few others have said now. And, I try to steer away from a bunch of these people BS videos, but I can't help but to look into a few of them to see if I can glean any information. Every once in a while a blind squirrel will find a nut, and sometimes there's just enough truth in something to get people to geek on it, like the space aliens of the Anunnaki and things like that you can try to put together. When you track that down, some things fall apart. Sometimes when you track things down like this, it correlates just a little too hard. It looks just a little too, not even symmetrical. It looks like there's either foul play or there's an exacting thing, like twin copies, basically. And that would imply that they had a form or a knowledge or a memory of each spot. And I've looked at a lot of these. I've never seen a correlation of two spots that you could go, wow, this looks just like here, just like there. Sure, there's little trapezoidal insets and things sometimes in these pillow rocks, but no. And there's, whenever I look at these megalithic things, I see a lot of the different forms they use and how it changes, and you can see different people using the same thing, and that's that convergence where different people are doing the same things, but it's really, it starts to lead to you think that it's not different people. You see things like this, and I don't know, it's almost just a source of confusion where you're not sure if they really have it or not. And so I'm going to have to look into this Russian site more, but I can't find much on it. It's on that Russian news show that you saw there, and I'll put the link down bottom. You can see that. We try to look into this further. It seems to me it's a little bit, not to be punish on it, but it's a little fishy. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Peace.